Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to round 3 here at Imola, where, sorry, words, but we will be welcoming you to round 3 of this IFT Championship. Last race, we saw, what's the I'm not even trying to save this. Is he not racing today? No, he's not. Is it raining? Oh boy. Oh right, yeah, because he can't race the rest of the season. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah. We welcome you to the Autodrome Internazionale Enzo de Edina Ferrari for round 3 here of this IFT Division 1 Championship, where we'll be doing a sprint qualifying. It will only be short qualifying, so don't worry, we'll not be here until 10 o'clock, thank God. And yeah, here we are. It is fully dry, at least for the first part, well, at least for qualifying, it will be dry, as it looks. I have no idea what the sprint and the race looks like. In fact, let me put the chat back on. Oh no, it is already on. Right, so first car out of the pit lane. I believe that is Nyland in the Alpine. As Nylo heads out of the pit lane. On for the first car to be on an outlap here for the race in Division 1. So, how the championship standing? Oh, so apparently there is rain just towards the end of qualifying. Well, I say end of qualifying. If it's in 15 minutes, it won't turn up at all. But we head into this race with speed top of the standings by 4 points to Toby and Chow being who's joint second. And Asika, who will not be with us basically for the rest of the season, won't be able to make the times. Fusion in 5th in the McLaren, Strike 6th, Bazza 7th, Axel 8th, Lux 9th, and Nilo is the top 10 in the driver's standing of the constructors. It is McLaren who leads the way from Williams and Aston Martin, with Ferrari and Alpine making the top 5. So it is very close in the drivers, quite fairly-ish close in the constructors, but not as much. So there's definitely a lot in store for us today, as Nilo starts his first lap here in qualifying. 8th gear, try and limit the amount of distance you have from the start finish line to turn 1 down into 5th, and that's the track invalidation, so it will cut away from him and goes to the car behind him, who is, I can find him, I believe is Lux, and it is the Luxy, who's on the medium tyre and then goes wide. This is the commentator's curse. Let's have a look about the car behind. Is it who's going? No, it's the other RB. Where is the other RB? Oh, Flatbread in the RB. With a 24.0 after the first sector. Flicks it in 6th gear. And then we head down to Acqua Minerale. Sorry, I need to think of what the corner name was. And into the chicane. Very easy to get the car unsettled over the curbs over the Variante Alta. And we head down the last 2 corners. Gets it stopped. 4th gear. Nicely done. A little lift of the throttle through the final corner. Rear end steps out a little bit. What will the time be across the line? 1:14.628. Not bad at all. Does that get eclipsed by? There's a Ferrari finishing a lap behind him. 1:15.963 by Pigeon. Hugo behind him is finishing his lap. He goes 3rd fastest, 1:16.0. Ferrari behind him of Alfie goes second fastest with 1:14.7. McLaren behind him is setting a lap, so we'll cut to if the Aston Martin, if we can get to him in time, who's starting a lap. Well, he's invalidated his lap. Mercedes of Axel crossing line goes fast, 1:14.499 on the medium tyres. The Haas behind him is starting a lap, so we'll go to the Alpine of Master Strike, who is also starting his lap. So it says Sauber behind him is also, well, who's heading into the pit lane. So we'll go to Reza, who's heading into the pit lane. And so we'll head to Toby, who's going around the final 2 corners. Where can he put his McLaren, who is top of the constructors at the moment? Fourth fastest. Chow goes fastest of them all with 1:14.230. Not bad at all. Now we'll cut to the Williams of Lux going around down to the line, 1:15.544, which puts him in 6th. Not a bad showing there. 2 Ferraris which are done. So I believe it is Fusion coming up next to finish his lap. Where can he put his McLaren? He goes 5th and makes it 5th and 6th for McLaren, and Speed makes it an Aston Martin 1-2. Very strong showing at the start of this qualifying. So we'll cut to Luke now, who crosses the line and goes 8th fastest, 1:15.241. We'll now cut to, no, we won't cut to Axel actually. We'll go to Strike, who goes 5th fastest, 1:14.741. Puts him in the top 5. Quite a lot of, yeah, top 8, top 7, all in the 1:14s at the moment. That is the pole time looking like. There's potential for a high 13 on with when they put on the soft tyre, but we will see. That is not a guarantee, with the mediums not being actually the worst quality tyre in the world. It's definitely obviously still not as fast as soft, but it's not by as much as it is on other tracks, that's for certain. See a Ferrari go and cut the chicane. So we'll watch Mazepin's end of the lap as he heads around the final 2 corners. McLaren gets very nicely out of the way. Around the final corner, Mazepin goes. And where will this time pull him? It is a 1:15.471, which goes 10th fastest. Mercedes behind him of Magnussen goes into the top 5. Both Mercedes into the top 5. That is a very good start to proceedings here in sprint qualifying. Even though they are both on the soft, so people behind them could potentially jump them. But for now, it is a very solid showing. So, talk of the town, it is Aston Martin with a 1-2. And are they going again? I think they might be. And it looks like they are very much improving. I believe that was just under 2/10 on after the first 2 sectors for Chow. Can he snatch pole? Yes, he can. We enter the 1:13 for Chow. Speed though, 3.5 tenths up on his time. This is looking like we will be going into the 1:13s here in sprint qualifying. What will the time look to be as we head around the final 2 corners? Magnussen out. Well, he's retired from sprint qualifying. He doesn't think he can improve unless he's crashed somewhere. But Speedmaster does not get pole. It is 100 separating the top 2. It isn't by much. Ladies and gentlemen, between, well, 2 of the top 3 in the Drivers' Championship. It is very, very close indeed. And with overtaking being very, very difficult around here, qualifying will mean a lot here today. With overtaking, due to the dirty air, overtaking generally is quite difficult around here. Expect probably a lot of, I guess, desperation in the opening laps in the sprint race and the actual race. I can't remember, I don't know what other way to put it, but the actual race, as track position will mean a lot due to the dirty air coming off the car in front. The car behind doesn't have as much grip and etc. As we'll watch Rez's end of the lap. Where can he put his Red Bull? It is 10th fastest, 1:15.075. Not bad at all. He'll be hoping to improve though. See if he can go up a few positions. Alfie crosses the line, goes into the top 4, 1:14.615, just behind Axel in Mercedes. We'll go to Nilo, who is actually just started his lap, so we'll see if anyone's finishing. The lap Luke is not finishing his lap. He's in fact near the end. Toby on an out lap also. Raz has done his lap. And okay. Is this Alfie on his lap? No, Nilo is the only one. Okay, cool. I'm guessing, is he going for... Yeah, no, he's going for something, I'm sure then. It's an out lap again, surely. Yeah, no, he's not using any battery. Alright. Is anyone on a lap at the moment? Pigeon is 2.5 tenths up after the first sector. As we head down to Aqua Minerale. Downshift to 4th, chuck the car in. Use a bit of battery on the exit. Not bad traction out of this chicane. Out of the Variante Alta. I feel like I've got the wrong corner names there. And Pigeon goes 12th fastest. Not bad at all. He just missed out on the top 10 and he has retired. He does not think, well, he's not really got any time to go any quicker. Marcus to strike 2.5 tenths off after the first sector. So maybe he's got to stay on, well, saying for pole, well, I say pole, he still needs to find a lot of time. So, but we all just cut to McLaren and Toby, who's in the pits, and that is his sprint qualifying done. He won't be any higher than 9th place here today. So we'll go to Flatbread, who's just towards the end of his lap. What can he do as he crosses the line? And he goes on to 3rd place. Very not bad showing there from the RB reserve who's come in today. So we'll have a look at Strike. What can he do? He's at the moment in 7th. He'll be looking to go a bit higher. He goes into 4th position. Not bad at all. And who else is crossing the line? Hugo starting his lap. Looks like, I believe. Yeah, I think she's just. Sorry, Afton is just finishing his lap. As you head round the final corner, what can he do? What will be his one and only time run here in qualifying, 12th fastest? What about Jude? With his one and only time run, he'll only go 17th fastest here today. So now we'll cut to Axel, who's gone over the Variante Ultra chicane. I still feel like I've got the names wrong. No, it is the Variante Ultra. Round the final 2 corners. What can he do? Can he sneak onto pole? No, he misses out by about 2 tenths. Only goes 4th fastest. We'll cut to Fusion in the McLaren, who stays in 8th, does improve, but he does not improve on track position. We'll look at the 2 Aston Martins now. Can Chow improve even further? He does. But he can, are we out the 13.9s yet? Yes, we are. Speed takes sprint pole position here at Imola. Unless anyone can deny him. No, that is it for qualifying. It is a front row lockout for Aston Martin, who are a long way clear from 3rd place. A Flatbread in the RB. And that was a very dominant showing from Aston Martin here today in the sprint qualifying. Obviously still got the sprint race, 11 laps of that. And yeah, will be very interesting. So Speed takes pole position and in the sprint, and they just started to raid, so it just came in the nick of time for those finishing their laps. It is a front row lockout for us. I'm so tired, but it's a front row lockout for Aston Martin, who dominated proceedings here in sprint qualifying. Flatbread in third, very good showing from the reserve. Axel in fourth, Strike fifth, Alfie sixth. Strike, by the way, well done. You did not bottle your last run in qualifying for once. Magnus Shaw in seventh, Luke eighth, Fusion ninth. Toby makes out the top 10 with Reza, Hugo, Atom, Pigeon, Mazespins, Lux, Juice, and Nilo making up the rest of the grid tonight for the sprint. Right, let me just get live chat up, see if there is anything going on. Right, so for the race, top two start on the medium tyre, Flatbreaders on the hards, Axel on mediums, Strike on hards, 6th down to 10th, all on the medium tyre, Reza and Hugo on the hards, Atom on the mediums, Pigeon on the hards, Master Spins, Lux, Juice and Nilo all on the medium tyre for this sprint. And actually top three are all on the hard tyre now. Now I mention it. Right, here we go. 5 red lights here for sprint race at Imola. Pedal to the metal. And here we go. Fairly even start by the top two. We look further back. Axel's got a very good start. Jumping Flatbread as we head into turn one. Looks like a bit of yellow flags at the back. Flatbread goes down the inside. They're all trying to sort themselves out. Bit of dust kicked up in the air. As we look further back, Alfie and Magnus Shaw going a little bit wheel to wheel. Strike and Magnus Shaw going wheel to wheel. And they're both onto the gravel. The two of them. Strike not with the best of starts. Pigeons had a disqualification. I'm guessing he didn't get going on the grid. Disaster start for Alpine, who end up 16th and 17th after that. After lap one, so well, dead last of all the drivers who are left. Speed though, already spreading out the field. 1.1 seconds between the top two. He is gone here on lap one. As we look further back, Magnus Shaw and Mazespins. Magnus Shaw overtakes Mazespins for 9th place as he tries to get some of that lost ground back and try and get back up to the points pay position. The points obviously are awarded to the top 8 here today. It's not obviously like the top 10 that we get in a normal Grand Prix. Axel trying to head round the outside of Flatbread. Lovely move by the Mercedes, but Flatbread trying to fight back, dance round the outside, but that door was always closing. Lovely move from Axel, who is trying to get some early progress in the medium tyre, but that looked like probably a track limit warning through the first of the 2 chicanes, or the second of sorry, the three, should I say. And we look further back. Axel's actually made a bit of an error. He just got past Flatbread and now has lost some of that ground as he heads down into 6th place. It's a real shame. He probably wanted to challenge the top 2 who is on the hard tyre. In my opinion, honestly, the hards are probably the better tyre for this sprint race, which may sound bizarre, but the medium's dead. It will be pretty horrible as we head on further down the sprint. Once again, I don't think Chow has the DRS. No, he does not. And the man who does, though, is the one right behind him, Flatbread, about 6/10 back from him. But someone else does also have DRS, and it is Alfie trying to go around the outside in a similar way Axel did. Can the Ferrari get it right? Lovely move around the outside. He gets it done. And maybe he will not go into the gravel at Piratella. And that Ferrari man goes up into the podium places here at Imola. Further back, is there any action going on? It's very much single file. Chow has just sneaked back into the DRS of speed, but it is not by much. It is literally going up and down the delta between the two of them, but they're both nearly breaking out the DRS of Alfie actually. As I say that, the gap does go down a bit, but to 8/10 as Juice gets the 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings. As Nilo, I believe, just overtook Lutz for P15. And I think Alfie just made an error because that gap's just opened up by about 3/10 of a second. And Flatbread is right on the back of him with DRS, while Alfie does not have it. Flatbread with the DRS, with the slipstream, with the burn on the battery. This will be a much easier move than the others have had it to try and get past him. He's got it done well before the apex of the corner. And he will now try and hunt down the two Aston Martins if he has the pace to do so. The gap is now 7/10 of a second as he tries to hunt them down. Alfie, though, might be feeling those mediums a little bit, and as he gets in the dirty air of the RB, he does seem to be dropping back just a little bit. The mediums do look like they are falling off for Alfie. 8/10 of a second. He's dropping like a stone in terms of the gap between him and the RB. And it's not like Fusion and Axel can do anything about it. They're also on the medium tyre, same with Magnushaw. The man who isn't, though, is Hugo. He might have a little bit of a overtaking mission to do in his last 7 laps, if he can, to try and get past at least a few of them. And, well, he'll already get points because Axel has the 3 seconds. But can he get any higher? That will be the main question. Flatbread sets the fastest lap of the race as he tries to hunt down the two Aston Martins for the win of the race here at Imola. Looking further back, Lux and Juice having their own little battle. Oh, Juice goes round the outside at Tamburello, just off the exit of Tamburello, and Fusion now also gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings. So they'll both probably drop out. They almost definitely will drop out of the points. But can any of the guys behind close up to them? Alfie really is struggling now. He is 1.6 behind Flatbread as Fusion now closed up to the back of him. Also on the mediums, so clearly it saved them a little bit at the start of this. And Mazepin yellow flag, but it won't be enough to cause a safety car. 2.1 seconds. There might be a bit of DRS games going on, I think, and there definitely is. Strike now makes a move, gets past Atom up into 11th place. He might still make it in the points because obviously 3 drivers in front of him all have track limit penalties. So they might not. This is a very good recovery drive, but as we cut further forward, Fusion, very easy move. Can Axel also get it done? Oh, sorry, what am I talking about? Oh, no, Blen, not Blen. Axel gets his move done. Axel gets past the pair of them and moves himself up into 4th, and has a snap of oversteer. They make contact, and through goes Alfie, and through goes Toby, and Axel now lose the position from that sequence, and now the two McLarens are going side by side. What will happen here? Fusion stays ahead, and Toby has to except being behind Fusion once more. And all this is doing is inviting the hard runners who are right. Everyone's up each other's gearbox. Will Fusion go for anything? Can't really, because of the DRS detection point in a minute. Maz's sprint now gets a 3-second sub on him, but he is miles back. It won't matter too much at the end result. Is Fusion going to go for anything a bit cheeky? No, he doesn't. He thinks better of it. And we go down the straight once more. Those behind Alfie have a full battery pack and are all burning it, quite frankly. So we'll look at this battle. Fusion gets past, Toby gets through. Can Axel get through? Not quite. Magnus Shaw retires in the pit. Oh, very close together, I think. They're very close to contact. Hugo now trying to go around the outside of Alfie. And gets it done, does he? He just... obviously, it's helped with the wing damage that Alfie does, but it's a very lovely move from Hugo to pick... who will now be in 5th place due to the penalties that Axel and Fusion both have. Strike now also moving up to 9th. That will become 7th with the track limit penalties. But now all he's worrying about is trying to get past Alfie. Through Aquaman and Riley, round the outside. Nothing Alfie can do about it unless he's really, really goddamn stupid about it. And just try to launch it up the inside, even though that's never going to work. And here we go, lap 8. The gap has been quite close now between the top two. Probably closer than what it's ever really been. And he is burning batteries. And Speed doesn't have many. And this is a fight between the top two and potentially the top two in the championships. Chow takes the lead here on lap 8. And Speed has to sit behind his teammate as he could do nothing about it due to the battery. That advantage that Chow had, and that had been building over for a couple of laps. Chow takes the lead here on lap 8 at Imola. Flatbread still behind the two Aston Martins, but can't really do anything about it. And oh my word, that's a good snap of oversteer. A lot of wheel spin as his tyres slightly die off, but it shouldn't be too bad. Well, it's 8 laps, so it shouldn't be that. It should be nothing to the mediums that will be behind him. Strike, very good recovery race from the incident with Magnus Shaw, now climbing up to what is it now 3 points, sorry, with 2 in front of him having time penalties. And here we go again, the two Aston Martins gonna go out at combat again. Here we go, DRS for Speed. He's closing. Will it be enough to get him alongside? They're wheel to wheel, the two Aston Martins, into the Tamburello chicane, and that is also a bit of a DRS swap, it feels like, to try and protect themselves from Flatbread as Fusion retakes 4th place. Further back though, Strike is all over the back of Hugo, gets a lovely run out the Tamburello chicane, and he now takes what will be 5th place. It looks like a bit of a late run, a late sprint to the line. With the mediums in the condition they are not in a very good place at all. And will it come in just the nick of time for those running on the hards? I guess we will find out. As once more, Chow and Speed very close together as we head on to the penultimate lap of the race. It is going to be a bit of a last lap showdown as well, probably, between the top 3. As Flatbread has been close to what he has been this entire race, but he can't do anything about it. Top 2, once again, guy in 2nd has DRS and will sit behind Speed. Chow sits behind Speed. Further back though, once again, DRS swap. Nothing at the Strike, none of the guys behind can do about. Yikes. And that is, well, that's one way of putting it. Strike out of the race Yeah. Damn, that is, yeah. Damn. Yeah. Insane. I'm pretty sure the car that heads out the pit lane ghosts as well. So, I'm pretty sure when you go through it, it ghosts. So yeah, he done fucked up. Strike there. I get it, but yeah, nah, he's ghosting, mate. I'm sorry. I get it though. Anyway, heading on to the final lap of this sprint race. It is between the top two of the championship. That is for certain. But which one will come out on top? They're both burning the battery. Speed though doesn't have as much as Chow though. It's a bit of a late run into the Tamburello chicane. They're wheel to wheel through the Tamburello chicane. But Chow Speed holds on just nick of time. Brakes late as he dares. And he's trying to hold on as much as he can. There is a bit of a battery advantage. So there might be a bit of a run out of Acqua Minerale or the Variante Alta. Or potentially out of this hairpin as he burns a little bit. But realises no real doing of it. As we go through Piratella. Down the hill into Acqua Minerale. What kind of run can either of them get? Can they get any sort of decent run? Oh, a snap of oversteer. That will slightly compromise him. Can he do anything? Out of the Variante Alta. Get a decent run? I mean, I don't think it'll be enough. He is burning the battery. Is he going to go for a late lunge? No, he's too far back. And that is that. That is round the final corner. Aston Martin dominate proceedings here at Imola. But it is Speed who takes the win. The championship leader extends his advantage at the top. Chow in second, Flatbread third. Gave the Aston Martins a run for their money. Toby in fourth. Fusion in fifth, but that will become sixth or seventh, I should say, as Reza and Hugo overtake them due to time penalties. Axel eighth with the 1 point, with the 1 championship point in the sprint. And is that telling me my phone's dead? That is telling me my phone's dead. I need to remember to charge my phone. God damn it. Big oof. Well, Speed takes the win and extends his championship lead at the top. Chow in second, Flatbread third, Toby in fourth. Reza makes out the top 5 with Hugo, Fusion and Axel making the final championship points. And Nyla and Lux in the top 10. The rest did not score points. Well, Nyla and Lux, but well, it is what it is. And now we head into qualifying where we set the grid for the race. Will there be anything different on what kind of grid we get here for the race tonight? I guess we will find out in about 18 minutes time. Yeah, never mind. Right, who is going to be the first one to head out the pits? Obviously there'll be less tyres due to the sprint weekend we're having. By the way, I just want to say to anyone watching the live stream, if the commentary does sound a bit off, that's usual, in terms of me just being a bit less, what's the word, enthusiastic, whatever. I'm fucking tired, allow it. Yeah, no, I've got to get in the my phone. 5 to 10 minutes to judge. Yeah, I'm bloody tired, so give me a break. So we'll watch Nilo beat the first one to come out in the pit lane. Alpine, man, scoring 0 points in the sprint. For Div 1, I'm talking specifically. For Div 1, it just looks like all promise. And then when it comes to it, it's just, there's no show. All promise, nothing to back it up. Yeah. They definitely have pace, but like, yeah, it's not come together at all. At least so far this season, 3 rounds in. I guess we've still got the race for them to at least start turning it around. But at the moment, it's not looking very promising, especially with other teams outscoring them by quite a bit in the sprint. Anyway, I guess a decent place to start turning that around is in qualifying, where you can put yourself in the best, or try and put yourself in the best position possible for the race, which is more crucial than ever on this game, with the struggle of overtaking, which we didn't see much of a struggle, to be fair, with overtaking the sprint, so hopefully that can carry on into the race. Anyway, heading down into the Tamburello chicane, and not a bad running, wants to really run over the curves, which he's done so as well. He kind of want to do the same thing for the Villeneuve chicane, which he actually invalidates, so get in the bin. I believe Flatbread is the one running behind him. No, it is actually Alfie, never mind. And he is set a 23.636 after the first sector. What has Flatbread done? After the first sector, he had a very good sprint race. 3 tenths down on that, so he wants to... So about 3 tenths between the two, well, currently on a lap. Well, I say it, the two currently on a lap. There's obviously more, but these are the first two to set a lap. Riding over the curves quite nicely through the final end to Old Turn. We head into the final two corners in the lap. Shuts the car in, and then a slight lift, missed the apex by 3 miles before ending the lap with a 14.675. And the stick flat brake improved, no reason validated. And Carter's on finishing our lap, so we'll look at Pigeon, who is going around the final 2 corners. Not bad, probably wants to go a bit more to the inside through the final corner, as he crossed the line with a 1:15.908. And in fact, there's a car behind him, which is that going to be? That is Atom with 1:15.447. Not, well, nowhere near the 1:13s, and I guess we might be about to be, with speed on a run, 49.902 after the first 2 sectors. What can he do in the final sector? Can we break into the 1:13s again, but this time on the very first run? Let's see what speed can do around the final 2 corners. Can't really see it. That's more like it over the final corner. Really gets over the curb. But we are not into the 1:13s. We're actually still quite high 1:14s. Alfie, at the moment, is the one on pole position. Probably a bit of a surprise to a lot of us, but judging by the fact that speed it was about 8 sprint quality time, we could only suggest that there is definitely time on the table. 1:15.713 by Carter puts him the 4th fastest. And who else do we look at? Oh right, my phone just died. Who else? Laps. It's just another spin. It is just another spin. 24.122 after the first sector. As we head into the middle part of the lap through Peratella, we will now go slight one downshift slight lift and throttle, and then we head into Aqua Minerale. I've got a notification, sorry. Right, final 2 corners for Mazepins. What can he do? And he crossed the line, Mazepin, for 1:15.541, which puts him 4th fastest. And we'll, be able to do faster times as Fusion has left the session, so I'll quickly send him one back in. I haven't got one fella lead, sorry. But is that a loop PlayStation? Right. I don't know if I can Right, Chow. Going around the final corner. About half a second up on his teammate actually was on the first one, 49.405, and he goes fastest, 14.272. Very similar to what he did on his first run in the sprint qualifying. Only that was on the medium tyre. Look, the Speed, who actually then goes fastest by 4 milliseconds. Once again, very, very close between the top 2. Juice starting a lap. So we'll cut to the house of Mazepin. No, we won't, because he's finished his lap. 49.537 after the first 2 sectors for Axel. Goes a little bit deep through the chicane. Heading into the final 2 corners. He's to find about 2 tenths to the Aston Martin to challenge for pole. Can he do it? No, he's about 4 tenths off. What about Toby, who is only in 14th? That looks like he's not really pushing. 1:16.03. He can definitely improve on that. That is 100% not really a proper showing. Guessing he's pushing again, isn't he? He in fact is. So, where do we cut to this time? I think must no Nilo. It was invalidating. Stop invalidating. So I keep cutting to you and you keep invalidating every time I do. There's a sound of going around the final 2 corners, who's also invalidated. Get in the bin. We go invalidate, sorry, out lap, sorry, force of habit. Right, McLaren going through the chicane and easy charging. We'll go again, always on and then lap one or the other. Albion 4 tenths up. He could challenge the top 2 here. His best is a 14.675. 4 tenths would find him in the monster mix for pole position. Can he steal it off them? Yes, he can, by about a tenth per second. We're still not hit the 113s when I can really say that is a challenge for pole, which I believe is what Chow's finding. 2.5 tenths up, and he is into the 113.933. He improved by about 3.5 tenths. Who else crossing the line? Looks like there's an Alpine there somewhere. Milo is in the pits. Atom is gone 6th fastest, 1:14.17, but I didn't see him jump up. That's my bad. So we'll cut to Hugo, who's invalidated. Get in the bin. Where is Toby? Toby, about a 10.5 up. He's now only 17,000 up after the first 2 sectors. But I look like he backed off in the final sector, so he'll be able to find a lot of time here. We can only presume, but hopefully for his sake. And around the final corner, not great through the final corner. But what will the time be? Will the time put him in a decent position? It does put him in a very decent position. Goes into the top 5. And we'll cut to Strike going round the final corner. Where can he put his Alpine? Only 4th fastest, 1:14.425. We'll cut to the Aston Martin there somewhere, who is heading into the pits, getting the bin. Williams is heading into pits, so we'll cut to Fusion, who's invalidated, getting the bin. Axel, sorry, no, Magnus no, get in the bin. And you also get in the bin. Actually, are you on about that? No, you weren't getting the bin. Right, we'll go to Magnus then. Div 2 driver, reserving for Div 1 today. He showed quite a bit of promise, and he's invalidated. Just everyone get in the bin. How about that? Every single one of you get in the bin. Right, okay. Can someone please not invalidate while I'm watching Fusion stop spinning? Right, who's on a lap that is not invalidated? Axel, I beg you, please. He's heading into the Tamburelli chicane. Can he please not invalidate? I got slightly terrified for a second. Right, we head into the field of chicane. As he slight lift of the throttle. Bosch up the Alpines. They both invalidated in the sprint, mate. 9 milliseconds up on his first sector time is Axel. Purple in the first sector, it says. I say bullshit. As we head into Piratella, which slightly lifts the throttle, downshift to 6, and we head into Aquaminarali, where he climbs all over the curbs. And how is it looking? Only 7 milliseconds. It's fair to say he is very much pushing, and he's struggling to beat his previous best unless there's a lot to find in the final sector. I guess we're about to find out as we head into the final 2 corners. Really gets over the curb in the penultimate corner. Nicely done through the final. Could have maybe been a bit more to left, and he's backed out of it and headed straight into the pits. Get in the bin. Even that. Lads, come on. I know this track is like a bit tricky to not exceed, but lads, come on, please stop invalidating when I'm watching your lap. I know I'm not okay. Watch Pigeon's lap. Yeah, no, I'll actually watch Pigeon's lap. I wouldn't, but like everyone's invalidated, and the next closest is Speed, who's starting his lap. So getting them in. I'm not. Do I even bother commentating over the lap? I've done it over the 6,000. I've got my cup of tea and a biscuit here. Yeah, I'm British. Deal with it. Am I cursing the whole grid? Seriously? Yeah. I'm just gonna not do any comms over Speed. Oh my word, just turn the mouth up. Right, I'm gonna... Hold on. This lap is looking very much in contention for pole position, just under 3.5 tenths up as we're heading into the final 2 chicanes. Again, no, I give him. Final 2 corners, and he's exited them, and we are now into the 1:13.783s. Speed is very much the one setting the pace here today. I saw a few people saying he's not champion material. Well, honestly, he's doing a bloody good job at the moment. So, honestly, focus on yourself. And stop crying out what others are doing. Alright, we'll head on to Toby's lap. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Speed currently setting the pace here today. Obviously people saying about how he practiced a lot and how I've seen a few misses saying he's not champion material. I mean, he's doing you could say whatever about not, like, practicing a lot with this, that and the other. No, like, he's doing a fucking good job. He's leading the championship, at the moment. I believe he is. Am I wrong? I might be. No, he is leading the championship. And, well, he extended his lead in the sprint, and currently he is, well, on pole position, unless Chow, and the only other one that's looking to deny him, well, is the man who's currently second in the championship, which is Chow. Honestly, in my opinion, just focus on yourself and don't worry too much about what others are doing. And Toby goes third fastest as we head into the last 10 seconds of qualifying, as the flag will wave and Carter backs out of his lap. What can Alfie do? No, never mind, no. Oh, Pigeon does not make the flag, unfortunately for him. Atom does not improve. McLaren of Fusions goes up into 5th place, goes and up into the top 5. And now there is Magnus Shaw in the Mercedes, who goes 7th fastest. We'll cut to this. Honestly, Strike, please stop bottling your final laps. It's getting embarrassing at this point. We'll get to a flatbread. What can he do? He goes into the top 6, jumps Master Strike, as well as a few others, who goes 13th fastest. Probably a bit disappointing after the sprint, but here's the top 2. Speed can't improve. What can Chow do? He does not take pole position. Did he invalidate? It was a 17.34. We'll look on everyone behind. I believe that is it. And is it? Did he invalidate? Oh, he did. Oh, yikes. He very, very, very much did. And that is Speed once again taking pole position. He got pole position sprint, won the sprint, and now he's got pole position in the qualifying for the main event, the main race, the one everyone looks forward to a lot more. Let's be honest, the sprint is a bit of a gimmick, at least in my opinion. And it would be nice if you could see the grid, but the game goes, nuh-uh, because it's EA. It. Ay. Right. Hold on. Right. Do we get time to look? Well, everyone's starting. Is everyone starting the mediums? Really? Ah. Never mind. There is one on. There's flatbread on the hards. Right. So, once again, Aston Martin lock out the front row. Unlike Sprint though, where Flatbread was third, Toby now takes over in third place, Alfie fourth, Fusion in fifth. Very good showing for McLaren, I must say still. Even with Fusion saying a lot about how, well, I say struggling, but at this point I'm taking it as a bit of a sandbagging, a bit like Koa last season on Div 2. But anyway, here we go. For the main event, 5 red lights. It's pedal to the metal. And top 2 once again, like the sprint. Looked like it got a good start, but once again, Toby gets a good start and he's in the slipstream of speed. Is he going to try and go down the inside and cause Aston Martin to have a little bit of trouble? No, Speed keeps the lead. Chow goes down into third, striking fifth. All sorts of chaos in the back. And Magnushaw goes off into the barriers. Yellow flags are out. Mazepin's massive chaos on the opening lap. Flatbread does not seem to have wing damage. It seems to be, Attom's lost his wing completely. Magnushaw lost his left end plate. What about Mazepin's? Cannot change the camera angle for him, unfortunately. No, he's lost his entire wing as well. It is only a virtual safety car though, which means everyone has to reduce their speed by, I believe, about 40%. Until, well, it's all, I say all clears up, but it is a video, and of course it clears up bloody quickly. What is going on back there? Just trying to get underway. Oh, we get going shortly. Toby is a good start though. That was crucial for McLaren to at least get one of their cars amongst the top 3. Especially with how Aston Martin's been walking away with it. And green flag, here we go. On as we finish the opening lap of this race. And we are gone. And it does not look like there's much change, but of course there is at the back, but obviously wing damage for a few cars. In the pits, Atom, Lotz, Magnushaw, and I'm presuming Mazepin's all heading to pit lane. Flatbread trying to go around the outside of Carter into the Tamburello chicane, gets that move done well before the corner. A very nice move indeed. Toby is going to find it to have a very hard time. I think mine. He's going on the mediums. Anyway, yellow flags as Lux is retired in the pit lane. I believe everyone on the top 9, all on the medium tyre. So we'll see how that runs for them. Flatbread in the DRS of Alfie. Alfie obviously, as you can see from his end plate there, as we head down into the final 2 corners, the left end plate there is missing. So that'll be quite a lot of downforce lost, which will help it Flatbread close up. May not be so helpful in trying to overtake because the straight line speed. Axel can't do anything, but we'll look further back. Flatbread now takes over in the top 10 for the well, he gets the 1 championship point. I still think he's in a pretty decent position on the hard tyre, which is arguably the better race tyre, especially for the first stint. The mediums will die off fairly quickly. I don't really understand why all the top 9 went on the mediums. I'm surprised no one at least tried to roll the dice and go for the hard, but I guess the one that did try and roll the dice has wing damage, so there we go. I guess I should shut up now, shouldn't I? As we now head on, well, as we're about to head on to lap 4, it's all very single file, which it probably will be. Yeah, no, Hulu. Yeah, no, if you're watching the stream, yeah, you're right. Honestly, this man bottles more last Q3 runs than Lando Norris does, and that is saying something. It's actually borderline impressive at this point. There is yellow flag. No, I think he's just spun it. Not like Statler, who's absolutely shut. He's just not even trying to hide it. I do. This is me being a bit biased. I do think Strike has slightly fumbled. I just think the hards were. I think you'd be better off trying to roll the dice, but I guess if everyone else has gone around and that's kind of swayed this decision. As Lux has left the session, that's fine because we're tied in the pits already. We head on to lap 5. This will probably be a bit of a slow burner. I am not even going to try and sugarcoat this. This is going to be a bit of a slow burner. Unless someone wants to get on with it very quickly, which might be Toby. He does have a lot of battery, I will give him that. Is he going to use it? He in fact is going to use it. He's got the DRS as well. So Toby might be challenging for the lead here as we head into Tamburello chicane, and is actually closing up a lot. And that is a very, very easy move. McLaren, especially the McLaren Toby, seems to have a very, very good race pace compared to the two Aston Martins, who also does have decent race pace, but they're not really pulling away like they were in the sprint. They're more sticking with the rest of the field, which probably helps because of the tyre. I think Flatbread's also made an error because he has fallen down behind Alfie again, where he actually overtook Alfie a few laps ago, so I don't know what's happened there. Oh, Juice has gone wide, but he's not lost too much ground. There's still in the DRS and rose up. Well, I say that, he's about to lose it, is he not? He is very close to. Aston having a moment at the Tamburello chicane, but gets going again. It's two Aston Martins versus one McLaren here in Imola. 27 laps to go. Well, Fusion is barely hanging on in there in the DRS, and it's a safety car. Who boxes? Toby's in the pits. Fusion in, Strike in. Strike will jump Fusion in the pits because the two McLarens will double stack. Chow in the pits. Speed stays out. That's a huge gamble. Everyone in the pit, Speed, but I hate to break it to you, but you're a little bit in the bin. Yeah, nah, it's kind of short. Maybe I should shut up when I say about starting on the hards. Slightly surprised that those that started on the hards have boxed, because the dirty area is not as, well, it's a lot stronger than the last game. So you probably have better luck staying out and trying to hang it out. I know that's probably not optimal, but you're not making 26 laps on the medium tyre. I'm sorry, you're just not. I'm guessing those that just pitted went a decent amount of them went on the mediums, and yeah, a decent amount that went started in the hards went onto the medium tyre. And yeah, they are not making 26 laps. They had a punch of the magnitude on 20, so 26 laps is a big no-no. For the majority of the grid, at least. Alright, so the field max up. Does Speed box? He doesn't, he stays out. He's in he is going to be in a bit of a world of pain. It might not be. Oh, Fusion's boxed into mediums. Did he start on a hard? No, why has he done that? I think he's messed up. It's a big problem. Before, even if you will not make the 26 laps to the end of the race, you will have to box again. And overtaking is not easy. There is no easy task overtaking around here. And all those hearts all have to be managed to the end, at least to some extent. If they do plan to get to the end, because that is what if safety car comes in and we start go green flags lap 8, 9. Well, it actually would probably be lap 9 because the two back markers there of Pigeon and Atom have not caught up yet. So yeah, lap 9, 23 laps to the end. It should be doable. 5 laps less than the usual 18 lap stint on a hard tyre around Imola. With less fuel as well. Well, no, sorry, 5 laps more, but with less fuel. And the track's gripped up a bit. And what's happened at the back there? I guess I'll never know. What shenanigans has got? Nilo's trying to get a position, trying to get up the position. Is that loud? He really is giving it a go, but he is at the same time causing quite a bit of chaos. Yo, we'll just entertain ourselves with Nilo trying to do this for the rest of the safety casting. Put clown music over the... Ah, he stopped. No, is he going? Is he going to try it? Oh, fucking hell, no, don't spin! Is it gonna... Is he... Oh my word! What is going on? Well, safety car will be in this lap once we cross the sector 3 line. And no, he's not trying it anymore. Woo! Right. Are we green flag? Are we ready to go? Hey! We're ready to go. For the one safety car we've had this race. And, well, the hard should would maybe go to the end. But mediums are a definite no-no. So, when does speed go? 5 lap older tyres than those behind him, which is suboptimal to say the least. When does speed go? Tyres will be very, very cold on this restart. More so for the hards. But where can he go? When does he go? He doesn't really want to give too much slipstream to speed, and he goes. And actually, pretty good restart for Chow. He's in the slipstream of Toby, but Toby also burning his battery in a defensive manner, and he can't make any progress. We look further back, Juice and Resident wheel to wheel. Reza goes wide, and there's contact at the back. Nilo gets wing damage, Elfie gets wing damage. Magnus Shaw, 3 seconds! And that looks like only another safety car. Did they swipe each other? Did he side? Nah, it just looked like he went for a gap that wasn't really there. Yeah, nah, it looks like they just come together. I think it looked like Nyla went for a very, very tight gap that was barely a car's width, but if you no longer go for a gap, you no longer listen to it. That's the motto he went with, and that's probably why they crashed. Speed stays out though. Oh, never mind, he doesn't. So that will send him right to the back of the grid, the championship leader, and he's pretty much near to in the bin. And Toby's having a crash out in the Discord about the safety cars, so that's fun. I mean, I do get it, because it's kind of a bit boring. I have no idea what to say during this one, to be honest. I did not notice Oscar sending something in the live chat. Did not notice Oscar in the live chat. I don't know what it was for, but... Mate, clearly this division's using the motto, because the amount of safety cars we're having here is outrageous. Div 2 doesn't even have this many safety cars. Bro, I don't think we've had any... Have we had any? Wait, have we actually had any? No, we haven't. We've had less safety cars in the last 3 races than this division has in like the first 10 laps at Imola. Get in the bin. Oh, Jesus. We've had literal people straight lining each other at Imola. We still had less safety cars than we've had in the first 10 laps at Imola. Goodness gracious me. How are you though, 7up? How are you? How are you? You had a decent-ish race at Imola. 5th because of the 3-second penalty, and then got on the podium, which for a 2-stop isn't bad. For a 2-stop isn't terrible. It would have been tricky to make the 2-stop work without the safety car. Yeah, never mind with it. But it looked like you had a decent-ish race with the circumstances. How are you though? I am trying to make the safety car pass quicker, because we literally just had one and I didn't know what to talk about, so I might as well try something to pass the second one. Hey, it's just a... What do you mean? It was just a present phenomenon. You mean the VSC or? I don't. I'm tired as hell. I'm struggling to do these comms. Might have to elaborate on that. Oh, safe car on this lap. Oh, right. Oh, you know, right. If the next person who calls safety car, you will be welcome to a German chamber. Right. That'll be my present. Anyway, here we go. Safety car restart. No comment, 7up. Here we go. Chow, right on the back of him. He's got a lovely run on the restart. They're so close together. They almost bang tyres. Chow trying to go on the outside. Looks like Toby just has a bit more straight line speed. He can't quite make it work. He's right on the back of him. Can't quite do really anything about it. He's on those medium tyres. They'll struggle to get to the end. 20 laps. Realistically, there's just... I know it says 6, but they've all been on the safety car for crying out loud. It's really going to be just 20. As Axel burns the battery and it is all single file. All speed trying to overtake Atom. Through well, trying to at least get close to the Paracella. Nothing's gonna happen there. I think the race. I think the to ask your comment as we look at we'll let things settle down and then I might talk about what you say tier 1 sucks. I do think it has the potential for great racing, but it really is a lot of chaos. Oh, side by side around the final corner, Speed and Atom. Magnushaw might go through. Can't really. Flatbread also trying to bide his time. We all just cut to the front. There's Chow around the back. But we'll cut to the back now, and Atom can't really do anything. Magnushaw makes contact with Atom. Yes, I did just burp. As Reza trying to get a good run on Magnushaw. Nothing doing there. Flatbread very brave down the inside of Villeneuve chicane. Surely he can't get that one done. Oh, massive snap over here. Out of the Villeneuve chicane, and he will have to live to fight for another day. I believe Pigeon had a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. A lot of contact between the Williams and the RP. We head down to Piratello. A lot of wheel banging. Yay. This can be a safety car. Come on, this is screaming a safety car. Yeah, there's no way we're going another lap with that one. As Speed heads up tonight, he is making amazing progress through the field, I must say. After being, I don't know what position exactly, but he was near the back. Went at the restart. Here we go though, Chow, the man who could take the championship lead here today with that timing of the safety car, and Speed not picking on the first one. He takes the lead here at Imola. Speed past the McLaren and up into the lead. Fusion sits behind. Oh, a little bit of contact. First rule, don't hit your teammate. And Speed takes a off Carter. He is slicing through the field like a hot knife through butter at the moment. He is making stellar progress through the field. Everything's calmed down just for a second. I think in general tier 2 is cleaner than tier 1. That's my opinion. That's me being honest. And off your live chat, your message live chat. So I'm not saying tier 1 is bad or anything. I just think tier 2 is a lot cleaner. Well, and we haven't. I know. Well, I'm not really counting the straight lines because that's just a bit of a freak accident. Well, I say freak accident, it's intentional, but you know. Or, as the odd straight line in League once or twice at some point. As Toby takes the lead again with a DRS overtake, and Speed now up into 7th place after overtaking Juice, and will now set his sights on Hugo. As Pigeon gets another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Oh, sliding on Fusion. His tyres won't be in optimal shape, I think it is fair to say. Strike will be closing in on him. It will be difficult still. I don't know. I feel like in Div 2 it's hard but fair racing. Most of the time. From what I can remember at least. Even in the sprint it was, I mean the sprint was the only time we really had any racing going on. But anyway, here we go, on to lap 16. Shrike using a bit of battery. I'm not even going to comment on the top two, they're just DRS swapping, what's the point? Speed up into 6th. Now he sets in sights on the top 5. He is really putting a drive in today. He is making one hell of a recovery drive. Even if he does lose maybe the championship lead, he really is showing his worth here tonight with making that climb through the field. Don't you dare be another safety car. Good. No. Fusion. He is struggling for tyres. It's not as bad as I probably I thought it'd be. But he is dropping a little bit. Just slowly but surely to the top 2. As that gap just climbs to 8/10. As we head over the Variante Alta. Nice, not bad run through the chicane. Use a bit of battery to try and keep in there. The strike is closing in, and Fusion is losing ground to his teammate. And there was a bit of a snap of oversteer there out the penultimate and the final corner, and he's in the pits. And now that does put Strike in a little bit of bother, but never mind him. Speed is now trying to get past Axel, his former teammate, but he can't do anything about it. He needs to save some battery, do some battery saving now, and try and go again when he can. Strike needs to really put the hammer down to get back in that second, and it's just the time in the pits, I believe, for Atom, and yeah, it is. As we head to Piratella, closing in. He's using a lot of battery to do so, but it is necessary. Hugo losing ground. Everyone's now spreading apart from the top 5. Everyone's a bit going a bit away from each other. Alfie and Magnus will not so much. Magnus' tires will be dying probably a bit. He's on the mediums. So I'm sorry, my friend, but you probably have to do another 20 laps stint on the medium tire. And Toby has got out the second, which I'm going to be honest, after the sprint qualifying, the sprint quali, all in the wrong order by the way, where I've said that, but was not expecting. Strike in the DRS range of Chow. Toby has pieced the scene and is out of DRS. Speed is closing on the Mercedes, closing. He's going to go down the inside into the Tamburello chicane, gets the move done, up into 4th place, and now he sets his sights on the podium position. Which, to be honest, I didn't think was really going to happen. After he had to box under the second safety car. Well, Alpine crash. Oh, that already an Alpine has DNF, so one Alpine has DNF. Alpine crash. For fuck's sake. Get in the bin. Get in the damn bin. I'll order someone to straight line you to Singapore, so I can get my gap so when I miss Texas. I won't be here next week, by the way, for the comms at Texas for Div 1. Oh no, Singapore, sorry, on Div 1. Because I will be on holiday. But anyway, enough of that. Speed, now, tyres probably weren't as good as they were before, but at the same time the gap is probably a bit bigger than it has been on the cars in the previous lap, and he doesn't have anywhere near as much battery as he's done on the previous lap. And Flatbread now moves up into the top 8. Are you missing race to 7 up? I'm presuming not, but I might as well ask while we're at it. As Axel gets a 3-second time penalty. Championship. We'll see. Anyway. Through Aquit Minerali. And Juice also has the 3-second time penalty. Flatbread is actually closing him on him, and Juice is now closing up on Hugo for the battle for 6th place. And Speed needs to recharge more. He's not doing enough recharge to close up to the top 3. And it's kind of, he's not really gaining anything because of that fact. Magnushaw now also has a 3-second time penalty. Don't know who else that was that flashed up on the board, and Juice has a snapper oversteer, and that is about as easy as it gets in terms of an overtake for Flatbread, who will now close up to his teammate. And it is currently an RB67. As Alfie had to put that, and yeah, Fusion Carline is looking a bit in the bin. Unless you can do the last 12 laps of your life. Easy championship. We'll see. I think Axel's doing alright. Agneshaw, I mean, Div 2 driver. Who was a teammate? I completely forgot who his teammate was. I completely forgot who his actual teammate is. I have no idea what. I mean, the Div 3 drive. I mean, Jackson literally had for Imola in Div 3. He had Div 2 driver drive from. Oh, Fusion's hit the wall, and it's a safety car. Now, what do you do here? Toby goes in. Strike goes in. Speed stays. Both Astons stay out. Axle boxes. What does Flatbread do? What do the RBs do? Flatbread boxes, juice boxes, Carter boxes, Hugo boxes. Yeah, I know. It's actually. I mean, at least it's because someone just spun on their own, not because some terrorism has occurred. And Pigeon stays out. Oh boy. How are you feeling though, Seven? Honestly, I might as well just go back onto podcast podcast chat. I can't even be asked to do the commentary of the third safety car. How are you feeling for Singapore? How are you feeling for the rest of the season? Really, to be honest, it's looking fairly close at the moment. Obviously, I'll miss Texas, but we'll see. It's not. It's far from over because yeah. Theory. I mean, there's still quite a long way to go. Not done any practice. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair enough. How are you feeling for the rest of the season? I think it'll be quite. I think it'll be quite fun. It looks like it'll be quite fun. Obviously, me missing Texas make it a bit trickier for me. But like, it depends on the name of the game, innit? So it is what it is. Got to deal with it. I don't. You didn't for Imola. You didn't. Wait, you didn't practice for Imola, is what you're saying? Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I was fair enough. Yeah, I think it'll be quite fun from well, especially from now to the end of the season. God knows we'll see what happens at Singapore. I think Singapore will be quite crucial because I want to at least be able to extend as the advantage at least a little bit before heading to Texas before missing Texas. So then if you overtake me, I hope not. It's very I think it's the most competitive grid. From what I've seen, it's the most competitive grid for a minute. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Racing's clean as well, barring the straight line, whatever. But that. I mean, like, yeah, it's more. Yeah, it is more fun. Sprint was quite fun. Sprint, we had a little bit of a tire to tire combat on lap 2. I can't. At the time, I was like, bastard. But no, it was quite a fun little battle that. And then yeah, it was hard to get on their own into their own. That was fun though. And yeah, in general, it's a lot of fun. 3 different winners in the first 3 races as well. Potentially a 4th for Singapore or Texas. We'll see. It looks very good for a very good season. Yeah, I haven't seen the instant. I can't. They're both, in my opinion, they're both idiots. And I've seen Tiak and Koa being reported for, but they're both morons. Both of them are bad at each other. You can blame one of them. They're just both bad at each other. I can't. I know I was a teammate, but it's like you can't really excuse it, can you? I know I did it. I think I did it at Abu Dhabi last season, but Live and learn. But yeah, no, you can't really excuse that. Yeah. I think Singapore will be a little bit like Imola, maybe a bit worse in terms of the overtake. Yeah, worst driver, Magnum Shaw. He, you know what? With him, it's weird. He has the raw pace. In my opinion, he has the raw pace to win at Silverstone and maybe at Imola. I don't know about Australia because he picked the wrong set, but he just doesn't have. This sounds harsh if he does watch, but like I'm gonna be strapped on. His consistency is just not there. Like, you can put a race together like he did at Silverstone, and he still made a mistake as well, which he's a bit prone to. He kind of needs to cut out a bit. But you can put those races together, and then it's just not. He can't do it enough. It's a bit like Lando Norris. He can do something like he did today at Austria in qualifying. He can't do it enough. It's just the consistency which he's lacking. In my opinion, though, he has raw pace, no doubt. It's just a lot of other things. A lot of other factors that take into play. Anyway, here we go. Chow loses traction out the final corner, and Toby already getting to work and is side by side with Pigeon across the line. Burned the battery, and he's got that job done. And he now sets his sights on the top two in the championship. One of which had overtaken him in the championship of Chow, who is leading this race. Toby could make huge strides in the championship. Pigeon uses quite a few places. Strike as well on his tail. Strike on the hard tyre. I will say it's a bit surprising, but fair play. I guess go for it. Go for something different. The hards will last and will play a part, at least in the long-term game, in trying to get this. In trying to win the race. Really, their tyres are at best for the Aston Martins 11 laps younger, and it's a real struggle, I must say, for them to keep them behind. As Axel having a little look, but it's not really possible into there. As Magnus on flatbread, wheel to wheel through the chicane. We're very close to contact as we head down to the final two corners. Oh, they bang wheels. Oh my word, they are so close. But they've just about given each other enough space. And you know what, I'm sorry, but we'll cut to further forward. Toby trying to dance around the outside, he can't quite get it done. Can he get it done actually? Toby goes round the outside of Speed. They're so close to contact, he gets danced round the outside. They're still side by side, the two of them, and he gets it done. Strike now trying to go round the outside of him through the Villeneuve chicane. But Speed defends that nicely, and Axel trying to run round the outside of Strike. Through the hairpin, tries to get the switch back, but hits the back of him and lives the fight for another day. Juice now is trying to have a run back, tries to go defensive, but now he's going to have a look around the outside, can't do anything about that. Further back, Fusion going around the outside of Pigeon and takes 11th place. And now Axel is trying to have another run at the Alpino Strike. They're very close to contact, the two of them. Somehow they don't make contact at all. And he's still trying to put pressure on the Alpine. And it's probably really costing them getting an overtake done on the two Aston Martins. And trying to, close up to this man, Toby, who is about to take the lead. Full battery pack, DRS, 15 laps younger tyres. It's a given really that he will overtake here for the lead here at Imola. And the Strike now heads on to the podium places. Downey inside he goes. Very close to contact, but that is very, very, very easily done with 11 laps advantage of a tyre, or a tyre advantage he has. Now he sets his sights on Chow, who has 15 laps older tyres. We cut back, there's a bit of an incident, but nothing doing there. Speed and Axel. Axel overtakes Speed for 4th place. And we've got the time penalty, so it'll be a bit of a struggle. Aston Martin really shot themselves in the foot with the strategy of both of them staying out. I get one of them had to, potentially to avoid the double stack, but both of them is very ambitious, and it is clearly not paid off with Toby extending his advantage. 1.6 seconds, 1.7 seconds between the two of them as he just keeps extending his advantage. And Strike now has an opportunity here to take second place off the Aston Martin into the final two corners. You can see Chow just struggling to get the car turned in and just having oversteer left, right and goddamn centre. He can try and burn all his battery, but at the end of the day, Strike has DRS and has the inside line and has second place. And then now we'll try and hunt down Toby. 5 laps to go here at Imola, as Flatbread and Pigeon both retire in the pits. So only 13 drivers left in this race. 2 Red Bulls now wheel to wheel. They've swapped places. Rezo goes up into 8th place. Magnus Short very close to Fusion. Yeah, there is 1 RB out, but Hugo sitting quite nicely. What will be in 5th place after the penalties that are involved, and Aston Martin now 4th and 5th. Oh, looking so promising, like to be a 1-2. They are just dropping like a stone due to the tyre disadvantage they have, and it's just falling away from them. And it is come in the nick of time for Toby, who is now 2.3 seconds ahead of Strike and is looking to win here at Imola. And we are looking for a 3rd different winner here in Division 1. But who will take second place? Axel going around the final corner. He has the DRS. He has the slipstream. Does he have the battery advantage? No, but it does not matter. He will take second place here at Imola. As the 2 Aston Martins trying to hang on. Potentially one of them could still be on the podium here, with Axel's 3-second time penalty. Look further back, and Magnus Shaw and Fusion seem to have both gone off at the Villeneuve chicane. It has not been a good day for Magnus Shaw and Fusion, and I think Magnus Shaw may have done something a bit silly. Axel has let him go, or has let him go in front, which is fair enough. I will say the gap is closing. 2 seconds. Problem is, he's got the 3-second time penalty, so it's just a bit little. There's not a lot he can do. Strike though, he's sitting in the DRS quite nicely, so he'll get slightly dragged along from Axel's pace he's showing right now. We haven't really seen this since last season. Certainly, we didn't really see much of this pace in the first 2 races. It looks like it is coming back to show here at round 3. The Strike closes in with DRS. Can't make him an impression though. Can Hugo get past Juice and try and have a shot at the top 3? That's an amazing bit of lag. Juice though makes yeah, no, I don't think it's like, no, I didn't think, I am not falling for that one. The gap is close. Okay, right. Today. What's happening now? He's gonna not even brake for this corner. Yeah. I think he will take second place through the matrix that is going on. Does it calm down? He has definitely taken second place, but has it calmed down? That's not Toby lifting, something's not right there. There we go. What on earth is going on? I wish I could commentate on the matrix that is happening. He's not outbroken himself. It seems EA have given up on actually wanting me to see what's going on. Is it actually working again? If he's making the apex, I'm presuming it's working. Yeah, okay, right, we're back in action. Final 2 laps here at Imola. Still a little bit of lag, but we can deal with that for now. It's the DRS as we head on to the penultimate lap of this race. He's closing, he's closing, he's closing. He's not going to be able to do anything about it on this lap, and there's still the Matrix going on. Yeah, Hulu, I genuinely don't know what's going on. He might win the race, but then it might jump out. I will not promise nothing until we cross the line. This problem has only occurred in like the last, last lap or two. What on earth is happening? He's on the back of him, that's all I know. Yeah, I don't know. It's nothing, no lag happened till like last 2 or 3 minutes. And I don't know why. Well, all I know is, strike, right on the back of Toby, as we go through the final chicane, or lag our way through the final chicane, and go towards the final 2 corners. I mean, thank you, Captain Obvious. As we head into the final 2 corners, they are not breaking that early. Right, are we actually not gonna matrix our way through? Oh, Christ, yeah. Right, here we go. So, I genuinely don't know. Strike takes the lead here on the final lap at Imola. What on earth is this? I wish I could do like mental commentary, but when it's like this, I can't do it again. I can't. I don't know. I'm meant to describe what's going on. What's going on is the Matrix. It is literally alien-like activity. Is that it? No, it's not. It is definitely not. Well, it's safe to say this came out of nowhere. I said, Alpine, they've shown the pace, but they haven't shown the results. And I did say that, look, the best place to make a change was today, here in round 3 at Imola. And boy, oh boy, did they leave it late to make that change. But around the final corner, he probably crossed the line, who am I kidding? Around the final corner, Strike wins in Imola. Toby in 2nd, Axel in 3rd, Chow in 4th, Speed takes 5th place, Reza in 6th, Hugo 7th, Juice 8th, Carter 9th, Magnashul 10th, Fusion in 11th, Fusion in 10th, Magnashul 11th, Luke in 12th, and Alfie in 13th. I'm really sorry I couldn't do proper comms because it looked like a fun last lap, but like, how's my commentating over that? That's a shame though. I don't know what happened for that to occur, because that hasn't happened in any of the 3 rounds that I've commentated on. I don't know if the servers have gone down or what, but that was comes into the hole. Because yeah, that was not commentatable. It's communicating with online services. Bro, there is no online services. Have you seen the lag I've been getting for the last 2 laps? Well, Alpine are victorious in Imola. And who earned 7 Up? The man who wished on Alpine's downfall and said about DNF? Fuck you! Oh. Strike wins in Imola for Alpine. Toby in second, Chow in third. The championship leader finishes in 4th place. Still keeps his lead, but he will lose ground by about 5 points to Toby after proceedings. After it was looking so promising, and it all fell apart after that last safety car. Axel 5th. Reza in... Sorry, that's all the wrong order. Reza in 6th. Hugo in 7th. Juice 8th. Carter 9th. And Fusion finishes in 10th place. Hulu, if you're watching this, I swear too much to become a commentator. Like, the lack of a filter is crazy. But it was a good race. It was just a fucking shame about the lag in the last 2 laps. I wish I could commentate over that. But, like, what do you want me to say? Oh, Master Strike makes his own track layout. I like through the chicane, esports like. There's not much I can do. Good race though. Very much a lot of fun. I won't be here for Singapore. I will be on holiday. I will be back for Brazil, I believe it. No, Spain actually, I think it is. Which should be a good race out there. So maybe we'll see someone else on comms. Which should be fun. Should be a bit interesting. Maybe we'll see someone on comms. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. I'm not going to make any promises on that front. But for now, we will see you in about 2 weeks' time. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. And thank you everyone who messaged in the live chat and made each safety car a little bit more bearable. I hope you all have a good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world.